It is your buddy, Peace and Harmony with you here today. We're zooming in and focusing in on what it is, what it means to love someone without a conscience, without empathy, without an understanding for your needs as a human being. A individual without a conscience will love or hurt without remorse or regret or feeling really that they have done anything wrong. And oftentimes people ask, do they know what they are doing? And the answer is unequivocally yes, a resounding yes. And I've answered this question several times, but it bears repeating that yes, a narcissist as well as a psychopath, they are very well aware of the fact that they're not able to be healthy in relationships. Particularly the psychopath, they're very well aware and calculate the hurt, the minefield with which they are setting you up to fall and blunder in the relationship. So it is excuse me. It is absolutely no doubt that in especially the situation with a psychopath, they're very full aware of what it is that they're doing. In fact, they get quite a chuckle, quite a giggle at seeing you fall for their traps. And they know that they are not able to commit. They know that they're not able to be loyal. They know that they're pulling, the wool over your eyes. They know that they are lying to you, and they'll oftentimes test you. They'll call you by nicknames. They'll text right in front of you and see if you can even notice the fact that they're texting while, they're in the bathroom, texting while they're in bed with you, texting while they're in the car with you. They're very well aware of the fact that they are duping you, and they will lash out in rage or anger if you try to keep them responsible or accountable. And they will oftentimes be very zombie-like, just observing the fact that you're getting angry or frustrated. They're just not feeling it. They don't have these feelings. So they'll just observe you very much like a bystander and not feel any sort of pain, remorse, regret, or feel sorry. They just see that you are different chemically and neurologically from them, and they do not feel bad. In fact, these individuals take a sense of pleasure or reward, a dopamine rush, by seeing you becoming devastated, hurt, losing your finances, losing your your children, losing their energy to them. They really they will say your life is ruined to the person with whom they're targeting, and they know this, and they can have this going on for years and juggling several other relationships, personas, masks going at the same time. So they are fully aware of what they're doing, but they will do it anyway, and they don't have a sense of being able to learn. The way that they're neurochemically wired, they don't have a sense of being able to adapt and adjust and do things differently. They don't have that neurochemical center, that wiring, which permits them to, take that into consideration, and, from a sense of need and from a sense of right or wrong, adapt and adjust. That's why we consider them, they're very high risk takers, because they don't have the brakes on the car. They don't have a sense of needing to obey a sense of morality. They do not have a conscience. The centers within their brain, which neurochemically and neurofiber, the neurons that wire and fire are very inactive or really not present in that area, which governs the sense of judgment as well as morality. Those neural centers which are connected to that purpose. So, and then in the state of the narcissist, the malignant narcissist, they will just string people along, but they'll do it with more of a sense of entitlement or superiority, and they'll you'll oftentimes hear very flagrantly that they are, super talented or super rich or super good looking or whatever it is they're basing their entitlement on. Oftentimes, it won't be, kind of concealed. They're very much be on the defense of themselves for whatever reason they feel righteous or have a pathological sense of self-importance, and they don't feel accountable to you. They don't feel responsible. They don't feel like that they, owe you anything or should be a specific way in a relationship, responsible, accountable, consideration of your feelings, being able to cut off the relationship when they know that it's not right. They'll keep it going, just to keep a sense of supply. And then they won't feel bad about replacing you, right in front of your face. In fact, they might parade this around and, to show you that, perhaps you were inadequate or, they were disappointed in you. Not the fact that they have any shortcomings, that, a sense of apology or, loss or things of that nature. They don't allow themselves to go there because of this mask of needing to appear superior. They don't want to admit any mistake. They don't want to say, oh, you're right. You have been lovely to me. You've been wonderful. You've given me so much. That they're not going to have that sense of closure and meeting in the middle. They're not going to be able to articulate it due to that insecurity inside, because to admit that, the mask is going to break. If, a lot, basically a healthy relationship would say, you know what, you're right. I should be responding to your texts. You are right. I should be responding to your pictures. I should not be ignoring you. I understand that was not right. That was mean of me, or that was cruel for me to do this to this person while we were together. They would have a sort of admittance, acceptance, adapt, and adjust. In other words, they'd say, okay, I understand you're upset by this, and I won't do this again in the future. So a true healthy relationship will have that adapt and adjust, kind of like two stones, wearing away and kind of rounding out and becoming, in a groove together. You kind of soften each other's edges, and you learn and grow. And oftentimes, you teach each other. That's the beauty of a positive relationship. You become a better person. It makes you a better woman. It makes you a better man. And that's the coming together, and that's the joy of it. And, it gets you to bring out your best, your best feminine side, your best masculine side. You're able to be the man that you are meant to be, and you have the capability and potential to be. You're able to be the best woman that you can be. It brings out your potential. It brings out your talents. It brings out your emotional side that that maybe isn't, hardwired in the man, where they're more results oriented, A, B, or C, whereas the woman wants to, consider and factor in and discuss and nurture and, arrive at the decision that way. So you're able to round each other out that way. And the two parts coming together are better, than separate. And so, they are aware, yes, but oftentimes in the narcissist, they're just not willing to admit. They don't feel that they have any shortcoming. It's part of their mask, it's part of their veneer. They don't want to have any crack. If they were, it would be to just admit defeat, to them, and they take a real hard hit to that. So it doesn't mean that they suffer a loss. It just means that they're just going to spend more time alone, more time working on their sources of other supply, and just keep their life going there. So this is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today, and I hope that these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support. Love you. Peace.